Hey everyone, great to connect with you again today. This Sunday our worship services are at 8:30 and 11, both indoors, and the 11 o'clock service will be streamed as usual. I'll be preaching from Genesis 16 and 21 about Hagar and Ishmael, asking the question, who gets God's attention? I'm in the middle of reading David Brooks' book, The Road to Character. It includes vignettes of 8 people like Francis Perkins, Dwight Eisenhower, Dorothy Day, Samuel Johnson. It's a fascinating and honest study that focuses on the strengths and the weaknesses of these people and what we can learn from them. In the introductory chapter, Brooks writes, "Humility is freedom from the need to prove that you are superior all the time. Humility is infused with lovely emotions like admiration, companionship, and gratitude. Humility is awareness that there's a lot you don't know and that a lot of what you think you know is distorted or wrong." I think I was particularly struck by these words because I recognize that humility is one of the great struggles of our brokenness. Our brokenness caused by sin makes us think that we find our value and worth in what we do, in being admired by others, in proving to others that we are worth loving, liking, and engaging with. Of course, the struggle for acceptance and value and worth also comes out in our need to be right. Something in our brokenness believes that being right proves that we are people who should be valued. Unfortunately, this mindset leads us to argue and demean and vilify those who disagree with us. Because after all, if they're right, it means that we're wrong, and if we're wrong, it undermines the very point of which our value and our worth are located. This is a problem for everyone, but even more so for those who follow Jesus. Jesus says that in order to find life in him, we have to admit our need for him. And to admit our need for him implies that we aren't perfect, that we don't always have it figured out, that we are fallible, even about some of the most vital things that matter the most to us. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't or don't know anything, or that there are no absolutes about what we believe. There are core elements of our faith that are non-negotiable. There are vital dogmas about God and salvation and life that are unmovable. What we sometimes miss is that at the heart of the core elements of our faith, at the heart of the vital dogmas about God and salvation and life, is this: we are fallible and sinful and broken, and we never outgrow the need to learn and grow and mature in our knowledge of the truth of God, who is holy and righteous and perfect. As we come to this realization, we begin to understand why humility is so central to the gospel. It's only in a spirit of humility that we are ready to be confronted by ways in which our thoughts about God might need some adjustments. It's only in a spirit of humility that we are ready to receive all that God desires to teach us and to give to us. It's only in a spirit of humility that we are able to live in this world of brokenness and deception and evil and pain as agents of truth and grace, and to do so in a way that draws others to God's restoring truth and grace. I think that we find humility such a difficult way to live because it feels like losing. It feels like weakness. It feels so contrary to the way in which everyone else seemed to experience winning and power and success. What I've learned, and quite frankly what I'm still struggling with, is that it feels this way because it is this way. But what I'm also learning is that living in a spirit of humility is right, because it's the spirit of Jesus. It's the spirit of the kingdom. It's the way of joy and peace and salvation and life. As people of God, we are called to hold firm to the truth that we have received. But we are to do it in a spirit of the humility of Jesus. After all, it is Jesus himself who says, "Blessed are the meek, blessed are the humble, for they will inherit the earth." Father, give us grace this day and every day to live in the humility of Jesus, that we might hear you, follow you, and bear witness of you more and more each day. Amen. Thanks again for joining me. Have a wonderful day.